All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about a massive shift in thinking, one that could totally redefine your career. This is about moving away from just trading your hours for a paycheck and toward building something that lasts, real wealth. This is the roadmap.
I want to start with this because, let's be honest, it stings a little. It's meant to. It's designed to challenge the one thing we were all taught about work. You show up, you work hard, you get paid. But what if that whole deal, the one we all agreed to, is actually a trap?
And if it is a trap, the good news is there's a way out. And that's exactly what this is. Think of this as your guide, a straightforward, actionable plan for anyone who feels like they're just running faster and faster on a treadmill and not really getting anywhere.
Sound familiar? You know, you've put in the hours, you've worked the late nights, you've said yes to all the extra projects, you've done everything right. But when you stop and look around, it feels like you're just stuck. You're not alone. So let's figure out what's really going on.
All right, so that brings us to our first part, the diagnosis. We're going to pull back the curtain on the two invisible ceilings that are quietly capping your potential, no matter how hard you hustle.
And this is so important to get. This is absolutely not about you being lazy or not having a good work ethic. In fact, it's the opposite. The problem is that all that incredible energy and effort is pointed in the wrong direction, leading you straight into two huge traps.
The first big trap? I call it the performance problem. On one hand, you have public performance. This is all about broadcasting your effort, looking busy, and chasing validation. It feels productive, right? But it's mostly noise. On the other hand, you have quiet production. This is about a deep focus on the outcome, on building something tangible, and just letting the results speak for themselves. One looks good, the other is good.
And the second trap? Oh man, this one is everywhere. It's the clock trap. It's this idea that's been drilled into us, that our value is measured by the hours we put in. But the second you tie your worth to time, you've already lost. Why? Because there are only 24 hours in a day. You've just put a hard cap on your potential.
And this quote just, wow, it nails the ultimate cost of being caught in that clock trap. A salary feels safe, it feels secure, but often it's just the price a company pays to keep you from building your own thing. It's just enough to make you comfortable, but rarely enough to make you free.
So, if that's the problem, how do we fix it? Well, it's going to take a total mindset shift. That brings us to our next section, the paradigm shift. We're going to unpack a really powerful mental model I like to call the surgeon's secret.
Just picture this for a second. We've got two pros. They're both experts at what they do, and they both work for exactly 20 minutes. But what they walk away with after those 20 minutes is wildly different. And understanding why is everything. Okay, so check out this breakdown. You have a plumber who fixes a tough clog in 20 minutes. He gets paid, and it's a fair price. Then you have a surgeon who performs a critical life-saving procedure, also in 20 minutes. She gets paid exponentially more. The time is identical, so what gives? It's that key difference right there. Years of compressed, specialized value. The surgeon isn't getting paid for 20 minutes. She's getting paid for a decade of insane focus, skill, and risk, all packed into that one tiny window of time.
And that is the secret. That's the whole game. The market doesn't actually care how long you sit at a desk. It doesn't care about your effort. It cares about one thing, the value you can produce. The more value you can compress into yourself, into your skills, the less time you have to sell to get what you want.
Okay, knowing this is great, but what do you do with it? How do you actually put this into practice? So let's get into the how. This is the prescription, the Quiet Production Roadmap.
Here it is, your 4-step framework. It looks simple, but trust me, this is a game changer. 1. Execute quietly. 2. Stack your skills. 3. Reverse your view. And 4. Automate and amplify. Let's quickly walk through what these mean.
Step 2 is where the real magic happens. Stacking your skills. It's like compound interest for your brain. Every new skill you learn doesn't just add to your toolbox. It multiplies the value of the skills you already have. You do this long enough, and pretty soon, you stop chasing opportunities. Opportunities start chasing you.
And that leads us right into step 3, which is all about flipping your perspective completely. Most people treat their time like it's cheap and their value like it's fixed. You have to do the opposite. You got to see time for what it is, your most precious, non-renewable resource. But your value? Man, that's infinite. You can always build more, learn more, create more.
And finally, step 4. This is all about leverage. Today, that means using technology,
especially AI, and smart systems to do the grunt work for you. This isn't about being lazy, it's about being smart. You automate the repetitive stuff to buy back your time, so you can then reinvest that time into building more value. It's a powerful loop.
So when you put all of this together, when you start living this way, you're not just working smarter, you're building a genuine, sustainable, and frankly, an unfair advantage. You're making that critical shift from being a performer to becoming a producer.
So I want you to ask yourself a really honest question. When you go to work every day, what are you really doing? Are you building for an audience, for likes, for praise, for looking good? Or are you quietly, consistently building an asset of skills, knowledge, and systems that will pay you dividends for the rest of your life?
So here's the bottom line. Stop performing. Stop worrying about who's watching. Start building. Put your head down and focus on creating real, tangible value. Because if you do that, the results you generate will be the only broadcast you'll ever need.